What's up, everybody? 3Reality back at it with the football videos. And as you can see, we have new brackets. So, first and foremost, we got the Super Bowl contenders at the top of the list. Then we have the playoff contenders. Now, because they are playoff contenders, I have Tampa Bay there at the end. Now, I do believe Tampa Bay should be maybe a little lower, if only by one to the Lions. But they are currently in the playoffs because they are the winner of their division. So that's why I got it like that. Same thing with in the hunt and the bottom nine. The Saints should be in the bottom nine, but they are truly in the hunt, whereas the bottom nine teams are somewhat eliminated for the most part. And the Browns, I have the Browns down there in the bottom nine because since the Bengals beat the Chiefs, the Browns mathematically can win out and still not make the playoffs. But let's get into it how we normally do. If you guys have been here before and aren't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe, hit the bell, turn on all notifications. The Texans, okay? They continue to lose. They can't find a way to win. They just lost to the Browns defense and the Browns defense only. That is why the Browns are way down on this list right now. The Denver Broncos were winning the game 9-3 until the last 20 seconds when they finally let the backup quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens take it in for a game-winning touchdown. Next is the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, believe it or not, were a 2-point conversion away from tying the game going into the fourth quarter, where they then lost 1,000,000-0 in the fourth to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson played very, very badly in his first game of missing the NFL for almost 2 years. And we will see what happens in the following weeks. But as of right now, this power ranking is based off what I saw last week. If that same Browns team were to go up against any other team in the league, they would lose. They scored no offensive points. And luckily for them, they were playing the Texans. And the defense really came through. Donovan Peoples-Jones had a punt return. There was a pick six. There was a fumble return where the fumble occurred within the Texans' own 10-yard line or something like that. Just everything went the Browns' way except for on offense. Next, we got the Bears. Bears have obviously been a somewhat good team this year as Justin Fields is in his second year and he's been running all over the place. The Jags got decimated by the Lions. The Rams, they just acquired Baker Mayfield. I'm not really sure why they made this move. I mean, I'm not saying Baker's going to make them win games, but LA should, at this point, be trying to lose out for a draft pick. Or I don't even think they have their draft pick, right? Because of Matthew Stafford or something like that. But I don't know, draft position for the rest of the rounds, right? So I don't know why they went and got Baker. Because I'm pretty sure the playoffs are out of reach for the Rams. But we got the Packers, who've just been bad this year. We got the Steelers. They just beat the Falcons. So it's kind of like the same thing, you know. I really do think the Falcons are the better team, and I thought the Falcons were going to win that game. But they lost 19-16, and obviously the better team doesn't always win every week. But the Falcons are way higher on this list than the Steelers because of the whole in the hunt thing where, like, they're only 1 or 2 games out of their division. But the Steelers, the way they've been playing, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if they can make the playoffs. I don't remember what their record is right now. So we got the Saints here. The Saints, I believe, like I said earlier, would be somewhere in this bottom 9. But because they are truly in the hunt still, they're not eliminated from the playoffs. I have them up here in this column. The Ravens took a big drop this week. They're not going to have Lamar Jackson. And I know Huntley can usually somewhat be a decent replacement, but they played so god-awfully pathetic against the Broncos. Luckily beat them by 1 point at the end of the game. It was just very bad. Now we have the Chargers. The Chargers lost to the Raiders. Okay, and the Raiders are on like a 3-game winning streak. It's pretty crazy. Then we got the Jets. The Jets got swept by the Patriots. And then we got the Falcons and the Panthers. And I believe the Panthers swept the Falcons, right? And then we got the Lions, who are actually a decent team. Then we got the Bucks. We got the Commanders. I believe the Commanders beat the Bucks. The Cardinals, I'm still a big Cardinals fan. They're getting healthy. Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, James Conner. They're all getting on the field, And we'll see what they do on Monday night. Then we got the Tennessee Titans, who just lost to the Eagles. They lost week 1 to the Giants. The Giants are just falling. Avoided losing 3 games in a row, but tied instead of beating the Washington Commanders. Very, very deprivating football, self-inflicted losses. The Giants are not gianting, and they're definitely not doing what they did all season long in these last 2 division games, whereas the Giants completely are supposed to play better in the second half, and they played the Cowboys way worse in the second half. They had a 6-point lead at halftime. They lost the game. And then the Giants going into overtime with the Washington Commanders, finishing a tie because Graham Gano couldn't put enough power into a 58-yard game-winning field goal right down the middle. The aim was good. It just wasn't strong enough. And everybody knows Graham Gano, when he was a Carolina Panther, beat the Giants with a game-winning 63-yard field goal in the same exact stadium a few years ago. So it's very, very upsetting for us Giants fans. I got the Seahawks back above the Giants. Like I say a lot on this channel, the whole winning-losing streak type thing comes into play. Got the Minnesota Vikings, who almost let the Jets beat them. The Vikings look very shaky. And next, we got the Dolphins, who I had them at number 1 last week. They really disappointed me. Not only a loss to the 49ers, a loss to somebody who's never even started a game in the NFL, as Jimmy Garoppolo went down with a season-ending injury. But that new quarterback, he led the 49ers to a convincing victory over the Dolphins, and maybe, just maybe, he's the best quarterback on their roster. We will see how things come to be for the 49ers, but they just beat the Dolphins. I don't want to hear nobody tell me anymore why do I have the 49ers at number 1 every week. They are truly the best team in the NFL right now. It doesn't matter what you say. Next is the Philadelphia Eagles. After beating the Titans, I can no longer down the Eagles. I don't know. Their record speaks for itself. 1 loss all year, and it was to the Commanders. Kansas City Chiefs, they have their low lights here and there. They did just lose to the Cincinnati Bengals for the third time in a row. Patrick Mahomes has never beat Joe Burrow. And maybe, just maybe, the Super Bowl representatives of the AFC are back in form. This is what happened last year. The Bengals they didn't get hot till the second half of the season. And then they rode the hot hand all the way to the Super Bowl. We still got to put the respect on the Bills, have them as the best team in the AFC. But for the last few weeks, Josh Allen has not been Josh Allen. And the Cowboys, their offense is pretty crazy. Just get the ball to CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard, and nobody can stop them. They just keep racking up points on the scoreboard. And then obviously, last but not least, the Niners are number one. Maybe in a head-to-head scenario, the Dallas Cowboys defense could slow down the Niners. This was the game last year in the divisional round when the Cowboys ran out of time on the clock and lost the game. But maybe now the Cowboys can beat the 49ers. This is why we play the games, and this is why football is so awesome. So, with that being said, we're going to go over to the picks. This week, the Jags play the Titans. We got the Titans winning. These picks are very true to the power rankings right now. We got the Bills playing the Jets. The Bills are going to win. We got the Bengals beating the Browns. We got the Ravens beating the Steelers, which is technically an upset this week. The Ravens are the underdog. Steelers are home. Lamar Jackson's out. We got the Chiefs beating the Broncos, the Dolphins beating the Chargers. That game got flexed into Sunday night, and it should be a good game. Who knows? The Chargers might just beat the Dolphins, and then who knows? Tua Tagovailoa is no longer undefeated. We got the Raiders beating the Rams. We got the Cowboys beating the Texans. I have the Cardinals beating the Patriots. We have the Vikings beating the Lions. Just being realistic here, the Eagles are probably going to beat the Giants, but I might possibly be in attendance for that game, so obviously go Giants. But, not winning a game in 4 weeks, it's 4 or 5 weeks, I don't even know how long it's been, but it's easy to say that us Giants fans are very deflated right now. The only thing that could save our season is getting Odell Beckham, and that might not even be good enough at this point. Obviously, I think this will eliminate us officially, if we're not eliminated already, from winning the division. We will still be the 7th seed if all my picks go according to plan. We got the Niners beating the Bucks, and then my one and only true upset of the week, I have the Panthers to beat the Seahawks. The Seahawks have kind of been on the decline the last few weeks, and people obviously keep sleeping on the Panthers' defense. The Panthers have obviously, won some games that people didn't expect them to win, especially after trading everybody away and all that stuff. So that's the picks for the week. That's the power rankings. If you guys made it this far, please give the video a like. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Let me know what team you root for, what you agree with, what you disagree with. And, a lot of people have a lot to say every week about these power rankings, but they're very different this week compared to how they've been all season. So, obviously, I know people still hate the fact that I got the 49ers at number 1. Before the season started, I said it would be Bengals beating the Niners in the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden that once again looks like it's a possibility after the Bengals coming off the win against the Chiefs. Hope you guys liked the video. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch these and hear my opinions. And I hope everybody has a great day. Forever with reality. I love everybody that loves me. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share. Till next time, peace out.